defending champions against the world champions, the two pairs who over the last 2 years have without any question been the two most outstanding mixed doubles pairs in world badminton. And it's very fitting, therefore, that for a second consecutive year, they meet in the end of year finale, the World Tour finals here in Guangzhou. So the defending champions invited onto centre stage, first of all, Wang Yilu and Huang Dongping. 6 titles this year in India, the Badminton Asia Championships, the Australian Open, the Japan Open, the Thailand Open and the Fuzhou China Open. Add to that 4 more final appearances. And as I was saying, that means that this is their 11th final in their 15th tournament of the year. That's extraordinary. But so too are the results of this pair. They started the tournament as the number 2 seeds, Chen Shiwei and Wang Qiong. They looked at one stage as if they might depart before the knockout semi-final stage. But they regrouped and found their form, and here they are in the final once again. The man we're looking at, Zheng Shiwei, is actually incredibly in his 4th consecutive final here, because he won the title twice with his former partner, Chen Qingchen. So this is the 13th meeting between these two pairs. And it was not only the finals last year at this event. The last time they met, it was Wang Yilu and Huang Dongping that won. Okay. That was in the final of the Fuzhou China Open. 21-14, 21-13 in just 32 minutes. So whilst the overwhelming head-to-head statistic tells us that this pair we're looking at should be the favourites for today's final, I'm not totally convinced that that is the case, given the last encounter between these two pairs. So this, not only the 13th meeting between the two pairs, it's the 10th consecutive time they've met in a final, which indicates that they have been number 1 and 2 seeds in the world ranking for some considerable time. Wang Yilu turned 25 last month, born in Shaxing in Zhejiang province. They have in fact been world number 1s. They were 5 weeks of world number 1s across 2 different spells. But it has to be said that that was when Chen Shiwei and Wang Qiong had recently formed their partnership, and so we're just coming up through the world rankings. 24 years of age, Huang Dongping, although she'll turn 25 next month, born in Nan'an City in Fujian province. And I think that she is a player that's improved her net play considerably, but I'll ask Morten a little more about that in a moment or two. Zheng Shiwei, the man making his appearance in the final of the end-of-season championship for a 4th consecutive time, won the title in 2016 and 17 with Chen Qingchen, and of course was beaten in the final a year ago with his partner of today. He's only 22 years of age, but he's in his 53rd career final across 2 disciplines, it has to be said. Wang Qiong is the older of the two, 25 years of age, born in Zhejiang province in East China. And of course, we are guaranteed that a Chinese pair will win the title today. And that'll be the 7th time a pair from China has won this title over the last 10 years. So our court officials for this one, Hao Longhu from China and Huayana from Indonesia. And when you consider that the Chinese players didn't play in the first 2 end-of-season championships, and this is the 10th consecutive year and the 10th year that they've participated in this event, that they've had at least 1 pair in the mixed doubles final. That's extraordinary, isn't it?
It's very, very good statistics for China. I wouldn't be too unhappy.
No. So the first of our finals gets underway. The defending champions, Wang Yilu and Huang Dongping, against the world champions, Zheng and Wang Qiong. Good flick serve. In fact, Morten, by semi-final stage, the defending champions, this pair we're looking at, were the only winners from last year who were still left in the tournament. Mind you, we only had 3 champions from last year qualify.
Qualifying, yes.
Qiong in the men's singles, he didn't qualify, and nor did the women's doubles, the Olympic champions, Matsutomo and Takahashi. So, Morten, I made the comment that I thought that Huang Dongping had improved her front court play. Do you agree with that?
It started last year in this tournament. She was very, very dominant at the net, Dongping, and that really set up the victory, in my opinion, in favour of Wang Yilu and Dongping. And I think we have to agree that one is called Dongping and the other one is Qiong. Otherwise, there's Huang and Huang.
Yes. Oh, this is a very, very good start by the defending champions.
The first 2 points, Zheng and Qiong did not look completely ready, the first 2 points.
Now, I watched their opening match against Watanabe and Higashino, where they lost that.
Yes.
And Steen and I were talking about it because we felt that perhaps the world champions sort of exploded onto the world scene, won the first 3 tournaments they played at the end of 2013, had an incredible year last year, 12 finals from 15 tournaments played, 9 titles in total in 2018, and they were just so quick, they were a pace quicker than everybody else. But now I think everybody's got used to that, and they haven't really got a plan B.
Definitely other pairs are catching up, and I think the big difference is that Qiong was so dominant at the net, and I feel that other female players are really challenging her very nicely at the net. That's setting a totally different tone to the matches.
Yeah, interesting.
And that means that Zheng is forced into a more difficult situation and having to defend. And that's not his favorite, to be very honest. He likes to be on the attack like this. This is where he's absolutely best.
Oh, he's missed it. Well, the idea was good, but not the execution.
Yeah, but I think that Wang Yilu had 2 good chances to really have a go at Qiong, and he chose not to, which is a little bit unlike him.
That's a good serve. Oh,
that's
lovely.
Yeah,
that's
a good
super.
But Joe, you have a very good memory. Qiong, she's wearing a support.
Back support.
Back support. Has she done that all the time?
She's certainly been doing it for a few months.
Yeah, but it's not something that's been going on, let's say, for a year. Can you remember that?
I can't remember when I first noticed it, to be honest.
Because we also have to say that over the last few months, not since the China Open Super 1000 tournament, the world champions have won the tournament. I'm just sort of contemplating whether that's got something to do with it. That she's not as agile at the net as what she used to be.
Yeah. Yeah, you could be right. But by their standards, to go all that time without a title since the China Open.
Exactly, by their standards.
Is, well, not something to worry about, but it is very different to last year.
And it has opened up the event a little bit.
Back level. I do wonder if we're being a little harsh, though. I mean, they did win the Super 1000 Grand Slam, didn't they, this year?
They did.
First players to do so.
But you say, as you said, they've set so high standards for themselves and everybody else that, you know, as soon as they are not winning, it's the same as when Kento Momoto is not winning, everybody's taking notice that, wow, somebody beat them.
So on a run of 3 straight points for the first time, the world champions go into the lead. It's gone wide. Oh, that's well long. So to the mid-game interval, on a run of 5 straight points, the world champions Zheng Qiong and Huang Qiong, 3-point advantage. Well, I just want to pick up on your point about it's now opened up the discipline, the fact that they're not dominating quite as much. When you look at the level 500 and above,
yes,
we've only had 5 different pairs winning the 15 titles.
Yeah.
So it has opened it up a little bit, but there's basically only 5 pairs. These two, plus Watanabe and Higashino, the Thai pair,
yes,
and now also Jordan and Octavianti.
Yeah, they won 2 in October.
Yeah, but here's a fun fact for you, Morten. The Super 750 events, the 5 titles to 3 different pairs, but with 5 available titles, there's 10 finalists. Those 10 finalists were also made up of just those 3 pairs.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a strong representation. You argued a good case there. You should be a lawyer.
I rest my case, my lord.
Yes, exactly. I can sense it.
Wow. What on earth has happened? 7 straight points. Eight straight points. Seriously, what has happened?
Wang Yilu and Dong Ping is totally off the boil. They can't follow pace. They are not putting enough pressure on their opponents, and they are making unforced errors.
Well, that stops the run, finally, after 8 straight points. Oh, what a return of serve. Perfection from Qiong. Of 11 points.
If Wang Yilu and Dongping to have a chance to win, they must be on the attack. They are not going to win playing flat exchanges. They have to win like this, take the initiative at the net, get the lift and go on attack. And if they don't do that, in my humble opinion, I don't think they can win.
We also ought to consider, we've been talking all week about the drift and about the fact that the shuttle is flying faster, going towards the far end of the court as we're looking down right now. Bit of a sideways drift too. Oh, that's good play from Zheng Siwei. Because, of course, the second game, the defending champions, it's going to be harder for them to get the shuttle down because they're hitting against the wind.
They're going to play against the drift, yes. But I think that the drift has slowed down considerably the last 2 days. The group stages, it was a little bit more distinct.
Yeah.
Today or yesterday, I don't think it was that much.
Yeah, well taken. I was saying to Steen that my theory on that was because we've only got one court in action and the door that they kept open for the players to walk onto court 2 has now been closed off.
Closed down, yes.
Service error.
11-18.
Oh,
See,
yes,
that's exactly how Wang Yilu and Dongping have to play to win. And the block shot from Dongping at the net forced Qiong to lift it, and that's setting it up. And that's what the pair in the white and blue t-shirts have to do.
Oof. Well, the defending champions were fortunate that that went wide because I don't think they were anywhere near reacting to that.
Nope. I will call it well left.
Good early judgment.
Yes.
Oh, that's a missed opportunity. Oh, she won't be pleased with that. She's way out of court. Oh, wasn't that a double hit?
It looked really funny. But I think Qiong missed it. And the shot then came from Zheng Siwei.
Well, it certainly wasn't called. So it's game point opportunities for the world champions. And they convert on their first opportunity. And I think he broke the strings of his racket with that final smash, Zheng Wei. So if the defending champions are to win, they're going to have to come from behind. Convincing opening game, 21-14 in 15 minutes. Well, here's another fun fact, because we don't have any coaches.
No, we don't.
Only one previous pair who were reigning world champions, and this is the 12th edition of the end-of-year season-ending championships.
Yes.
Only one pair who have been world champions have gone on to win this title in the mixed doubles discipline.
Okay.
That pair, I'm sure you know, Morten, was Zheng Nan and Zhao Yunlei.
Yunlei, yes.
Yeah. When they won in 2011 and 2014, they were reigning world champions.
Yeah. Well, it just shows that it's so difficult to win both, isn't it?
Yeah.
In the same year.
Yeah.
It's very, very difficult. And sometimes there are certain tournaments just really difficult for a pair or a player to win. Somehow it's jinxed for the player. Look at Tai Su-ying in the World Championship.
Yeah.
She's been world number 1 147 weeks
in
the women's singles, but she hasn't won the World Championship yet.
No.
So sometimes she's jinxed.
So one game to the goods. Zheng Wei and Wang Qiong, can they add their names to the list of reigning world champions to win this end-of-season finale? So whilst he's in his 4th consecutive final, we should mention that's not a record yet. Zheng Wei, because the pair we've just been talking about, Zhang Nan and Zhao Yunlei, were in 5 consecutive finals, winning 3 of them.
I'm considering where Liliana Natsir is in all this, in this equation.
Never won it.
She's never won it.
Never won it. In fact, the only discipline where a player from Indonesia has won the end-of-year championship is men's doubles.
Is men's doubles. That's interesting. That's actually very, very interesting. That's good play from Wang Yilu. I have a feeling that this second game is going to be a little bit closer than the opening game. But let's see. This is an awesome interception by Qiong.
Well, there was a lot of animated discussion, wasn't there, between Wang Yilu and Wang Dongping?
Yeah, on what to do.
Yeah.
What to do next.
Oh, that's a nice play. Yeah, perfect placement towards the right hip. 2 shots running. Clever.
It's out.
They simply cannot afford to let the world champions open up too much of a lead.
No, that will give them too much confidence.
Oh, yes. It's not only that she's reading the shuttle, I think, a little better, Qiong. I think her placement of her pushes and...
they have been really good today.
They have, haven't they?
They have. Well, look at that all-out attack from Zheng Wei, starting off with that flick serve. You really have to be able to soak up that kind of pressure in order to play with them.
Goodness, he's everywhere.
That's confidence. That's what confidence is doing to players.
Yeah.
He has not done that the whole tournament.
No.
And suddenly stepping in front of partner and just playing the defensive shot and turning it around to an attacking situation.
It's gone long.
Somehow it seems like I'm perhaps wrong when I said earlier I think the second game will be a tighter match. 8-3 up here is a really big lead for Zheng Wei and Qiong.
Brilliant.
He is on a roll.
He's on fire. Longest rally of the match so far. However, Morten, I did think earlier in the rally that Wang Yilu had anticipated one at the front of the court, and he could have applied pressure, but he didn't. He lifted it again.
He did, and I've seen on a few occasions where he had the opportunity and has chosen otherwise, and that's definitely damaging the performance of the player.
Yeah.
Definitely. When you have the chances at this level, you've got to go and take it. You cannot not take it.
Yeah. Well, in all honesty, I can only see one outcome at the moment.
Yeah, it's one-way traffic.
Yeah. Oh, and the perfect serve. And an 11-4 advantage here in the second game, having already won the first. You know, there was a stage recently, Morten, that I felt that perhaps Wang Yilu and Wang Dongping were beginning to actually become the better and more consistent pair in world terms, because if you remember, they reached the final of the Fuzhou China Open last year.
Yes.
And then until the Fuzhou China Open this year, which they then won, they played 15 tournaments, and in those 15 tournaments they reached 13 finals.
Yeah, that's consistent.
So I felt that Wang Yilu and Wang Dongping were perhaps just making the move, especially after the final in Fuzhou, But I'm watching the final today, and I'm thinking, no, I think my thought process is flawed.
No, I don't think so, because I also think that we have to take into account that when pairs and players from the same nation are playing one another, we can't really apply the same principles. No. Because they know one another's games so well that there are trigger points that we are not aware of.
Yeah, good point. Yeah. Yeah. I think, apart from the fact Zheng Qiwei is playing incredibly well and has been rushing the net, I think he's also smashing with more thought and more precision rather than just going for power and pace. And I think that's setting up his partner more at the net.
Yeah, there's one thing that Zheng Qiwei have to watch out for, is that he's not becoming a bull in a china shop with his smashes, that he's just playing them all over the place. But he's got to play them with thought and care.
Yeah. Good rally. It's the wide. Best rally of the match so far. Oh, that's a good return of serve. Oh, my goodness, indecision. Oh yeah, it was going to land in. I think that proves your point, Morten, that the drift isn't as bad as it was earlier in the week.
Not as bad. And once again here, we see the very, very good placement of the smashes from Zheng Qiwei today. It's not going down the center, but he went towards the side of the court straight, and it was a difficult shot to play.
Yeah.
Oh, that is good.
Yeah.
That is a lovely shot.
Yeah. When they were 4-love down at the start of this final, I didn't expect this sort of final at all.
No, and the second game I didn't expect it. I really expected a lot closer fight. But they've just been all over the place.
Yeah.
And look at that, getting shots like that back.
Just wide. They're playing with the passion and the desire that I think says to me, we're making a point to the coaches. We may have had, you know, we may have lost them the last time we played, and, you know, but they're trying to prove a point, I think, not only perhaps to the coaches, but to all of us, the fans, to say, look, you know, we might not have had the year we had last year, but we are still the best.
We are still in there. And I think it's also a lot to do with the building up image, of course, coming up for the Olympics next year.
Yeah.
It's extremely important.
Oh yes, that's a lovely shot. Now that's the sort of shot that you were talking about when, in the first game, when I said, what should they be doing?
Yes. They must get on the attack, but they have been denied the opportunities. But here we saw a very nice block shot from Huang, and it's played into that mid-court area, which is really well placed.
Yeah.
And that's a nice serve.
Very good serve. For sure, surely it's too little too late.
It is. It's not going to happen. I know what you're thinking. It's not going to happen.
Oh, but wouldn't it be terrific if it did? We retreated to a decider, but it is now match point opportunities for the two-time world champions.
The way this match has been going.
Yeah, well saved. Will it be third time lucky? Indeed, it is. But there was nothing lucky about that performance. It was clinical. Zheng takes his third title at the season-ending championships, his first with Qiong, defeating last year's champions Wang Yilu and Huang Dongping. Absolute symmetry in the scoreline. 21-14, 21-14. A match lasting 35 minutes. And I have to say, they were very impressive today. When I watched them on Wednesday in the first of their group matches, when they lost to Watanabe and Higashino. I had my doubts about the world champions. But as I often say, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And they have finished in great form. A 7th title of the year for Zheng Qiwei and Huang. Confirmation of the scoreline, 21-14, 21-14 in 35 minutes.